Hi everybody, hope you're doing well. You may have seen in my stories this week that I've started to make kefir again on lockdown. I've just got time on my hands. It's something that I've dabbled with in the past, but I thought I'd give it another go. Kefir is a brilliant source of probiotics. 1 cup of kefir has 950 billion probiotics, so it's more than you'd even get from a supplement. And probiotics are the commensal bacteria that you need in your gut health. And the more that you have, the good bacteria can crowd out the bad bacteria. So it's great for our microbiome. If the bad bacteria get overgrown, that's when you have something called dysbiosis. So the more good that we can get into our gut, the better it is really, particularly for skin conditions, autoimmunity and psoriasis. So this is a great natural way to get that source of probiotics. It's easy, it's cheap. What's not to love, really? So this kefir, milk kefir, has been on my worktop now for 24 hours. So I'm just going to show you what I do every 24 hours to finish the cycle for that one and then restart the cycle for the next 24 hours. So I'm just going to take off the tea towel. I've just got a glass jug here. I've got a plastic sieve. Some people say that the kefir grains prefer plastic to metal, so I'm not sure how true that is nowadays. To be honest, I was using metal for a few days, but I just thought I'd just get a plastic sieve just to make sure that I'm not doing them any damage. In fact, this is the first time I've used this, so I'm just going to quickly wash this under the water. Just give it a rinse. And then I'm literally going to pour all of my kefir into here. So at the moment, I only started doing this about a week ago. I've been using cow's milk. The theory is that the grains feed off the sugar in the lactose for the cow's milk. So if people are lactose intolerant, they should kind of denature all of the lactose, so you shouldn't have too many bad effects from it. But I'm still a little bit uncomfortable with having any amount of cow's milk. So I just really wanted to use the cow's milk just for this week, just to kind of practice really and to get them started. But as soon as my cow's milk goes, I'm going to switch to coconut milk. So I've just been using a standard kind of full fat cow's milk. You can also use goat's milk. Just make sure it's full fat and ideally organic if you can get it. But what I'm going to start doing is using this coconut milk instead. So it's by a company called Grace. You can get this off Amazon. And it's 250 mils, but you dilute it down. So this 250 mils I'm going to make into 500 mils of coconut milk. And that's what I'm going to start using as soon as which I think today basically I'm just going to finish with this cow's milk. It's a really good Facebook group, UK Fermenting Friends, and you can find a load of information about any questions you have about kefir. With the coconut milk, every now and again you have to feed it date paste. So there's instructions on how to make that. You basically take a date and feed it, because the grains will need occasionally some sugar so they don't die off. But it's okay for a few short days. So I'm just sieving this. You can see that I've got the kefir coming through. And similar to the metal sieve, I always try to use a wooden spoon rather than a metal spoon. Just best to try and stay away from metal wherever you can. So I'm just sieving off, trying to get all that lovely kefir out. And because I'm just starting off, I'm using a rough measurement. It's about 1 tablespoonful of grains to about maximum 250 mils of milk. I've been using about 200 mils. So if you have more grains, 2 tablespoonfuls of grains to double to maximum 500 of milk. But I'm starting off quite small. And also when you start drinking the kefir, try and start off. It's so potent, really just about a tablespoonful a day is all that you need to start off with. Otherwise you might just start to get a bit of a tummy ache. It can either cause constipation or diarrhea sometimes. It's nothing to worry about, but it almost just goes to show how powerful this stuff is. Okay, so you can see how lovely that is, blobbing through. So this now is my kefir. Some people will just have it straight away like this, or put it into the fridge and use it straight away. I'll show you what I'm going to do. I like to do a second ferment. But for now, I'm going to put that to the side. And the same old jar. I'm going to pour in my 200 mils of milk. Literally just pour it into the jar that I've got. And I'm left here now with my grains. It's about a tablespoonful. Just try and get close, see if you can see them. It's a bit like cottage cheese. And I'm going to simply put them in here. Give it a bit of a stir. And then that's that ready now. Put the tea towel back on. Elastic bands. Literally now just leave that on the work surface for 24 hours and it becomes, the grains start to eat the milk, so it's going to look the same as how this batch was now that it's done. So now because I like to do a second ferment, I'm literally going to pour this into another glass jar. And then if you look online, there's loads of different ideas on how you can flavour this. I like to I've been putting apple core in it, maybe a sprinkling of cinnamon, pop the lid on. And this as well, I'm just going to leave on the work surface for a bit less time, for about 12 hours. And then I'm going to put it in the fridge. And then I've been having about a tablespoonful a day in my overnight oats. And that's it. Really simple. Let me know how you get on.